There were a lot of concerns in India because presently, even if I said that we have 220 organizations who are members of Sadhan, out of them there are 30 organizations which are non-banking finance companies, and they actually cover almost 70% of the clients and the portfolio in the country. So there were a lot of concerns whether there will be any problem with the equity in order to strengthen the balance sheet, or whether there will be any problem with getting the on-lending funds and all that. But what we felt basically in India that our regulator, central bank, is a very conservative regulator. A lot of steps which he did earlier, where there were a lot of criticism that he's overcautious and in terms of providing prudential norms for the banks and all. But I think this crisis has proved them right, and we didn't face much problem in India specifically. But one area which actually brought a lot of tension was basically from the development funds. They were the funds which were coming from the multilateral and bilateral agencies. Those development funds were shrinking, and basically, which means the government funds they have come forward to play themselves out. And Sadhan played a very crucial role where we brought a continuous communication to the central bank and to the Ministry of Finance to make sure that if there's any cut on any side, it should not affect on lending to the microfinance institutions, because they seems to be the only line of hope for the micro enterprises. Yes, when we're working with the clients on the ground, for example, we must have sent few reports where there were concerns in the southern part of the country. The problems were happening where the clients, when they're working with enterprises, where the enterprise was actually, linking up with any international export house and all those things, where there was shrink in the portfolio of that side, there were pressure on the clients. But from the finance side, we don't think that we faced a pressure. In fact, I was sharing with somebody here. What we saw actually, there was an increase in the investors, their funds, their investment, it went up. And basically earlier what was happening, it was only restricting themselves only to the southern part of the country or to the large institutions. But now, since there were more funds, they were going into the other parts of the country as well as the medium-sized organizations. So for us, there was a positive sign, certainly.